All right, so a lot of people are very intimidated by this subject in general about coding, learning coding, and getting into computer programming and things like that. So I want to just do a real quick video, probably like 3 to 5 minutes, and tell you like what I got going on um, and why and all of these things. Okay, so first of all, I want to tell you this. All right, if you're gonna try to get into computer programming, which is what you need to do, if you, especially if you're a targeted person. If you're watching my channel, you probably are. But if you're targeted and you got remote neural monitoring problems, then this is definitely the pathway that you need to be moving towards, going down this pathway of learning about computer languages and networks and computers and stuff like that. I know it's a daunting thought. I know. And it's not my thing either. But it's not that bad. And there's a lot of information out there that can help you along the way. And you'll find that it's not quite as bad as you thought. And the more you do it, it's like anything else. You know, it's impossible. Like, how do you do that? But you know, you start doing it every day. You start doing it all the time, and it just starts to become what you do and a thing that you know how to do. And it's just like every other thing that you learned that was hard. And I'm sure you know some things. So it's definitely the pathway that you want to take, and you want to start learning about it. And look around, man. Look around at all these people. Like, we're in America, right? And all these foreign people, like, they know computer stuff and they get money. They got businesses, and people come here from everywhere else, you know, and they excel a lot. And we're here and we're used to it and we're lazy, but they come here and they're used to places that aren't so prosperous, and they excel greatly in America, and and people worldwide, okay, and people everywhere. And this computer stuff is something that everybody's gonna be. It's gonna be a standard knowledge. Like, you're gonna have to know some stuff. All right, so I would suggest first of all to get on localhost and enable PHP, and then start to learn about developer stuff within Google, Android, YouTube, Apple, iOS, Facebook. Okay, get into the APIs and get Android Studio for that's basically a program on desktop that you would use to create Android type of apps, and it's you know, it's like an editor, but it's a very powerful program, and it does a lot. And if you want to really administrate and control and have full options about your Android device, that's the thing you get. Okay, and the equivalent to that for the Apple stuff is Xcode. You want to be on Xcode, and that's free also. I don't know if you can get Xcode on a Windows or anything else, but you can definitely get it on an Apple or Mac. But what you can do is get something like VirtualBox, and I have that on my newest Mac. I want my newer Mac, but it's still very old. And I have VirtualBox on there, and I can run Linux, or I can run it as a Windows 10 or a Windows 7, or I can run it as something else. I can run it as whatever I want. I just download that. Um, I forget the type of file, but it's basically an operating system, and you run it, and it's like a completely separate computer. And that's a big thing that gang stalkers do, is use virtual machines. Okay, so um, um, so just to let you know, like what I'm working with, it's nothing special. Okay, so what I have right here is, um, oh, I don't know what just happened there. Okay, I got a couple of MacBooks. All right, and this is my newer MacBook. It's probably my newest laptop. Okay, and it's a 2012 MacBook, and it's just now starting to get out of date. And in the next, probably in the next year or two, I'll need to buy a newer one. Okay, but I understand a MacBook costs, you know, 1,500 starting, or maybe 1,000 for like the cheapest, very cheapest one you can get. But you can buy a really nice MacBook that will be way ahead of your basic stuff you can buy at Walmart. You can buy one used for, you know, $500, $300. I paid 600 for mine in 2014 or 15, and it was a boss back then, man. It was the beast, but now it's a dual core i5 like 2.4 or something like that. It's nice, okay, but it won't upgrade completely anymore. And and then the other one that I got here, okay, is a older MacBook. It's from like 2010, and you could really pick up this kind of stuff for nothing, man, for really cheap. Like I could buy both of these for less, like the pair of them for like 400 bucks probably, if I shopped around. But I used to because I like to watch videos on one, like tutorials and studies and whatever, and like search while I'm coding on the other one and trying to learn stuff. So um, but they're not expensive. Also, what I have here is my old Windows computer. It's a HP, and it's on Windows 10. It used to be on Windows 7. That's how old it is, and I updated it to Windows 10. I bought it used also, and it's a really nice, like a Beats Pro Dre Beats edition. And it's like all metals. It's pretty nice, but it's old, but it works. It works just fine. I don't really mess with Windows, but I wanted to show you that I have a Windows laptop, and it doesn't matter. They hack all of my stuff. Okay, I'm on an iPhone right now. All right, and I got a couple of Androids. I got the Galaxy A20 that they keep bricking, and then I got a S10 that I can't even use because it's got some some serious evidence against them on it that they're trying to get rid of, and I got it wrapped up and put away, and I ain't turning it on until I can keep them from getting it. Okay, then I got my iPad, which is it's an iPad Mini 2, and it's old as hell too. All of my stuff's old, and but it's very functional. Okay, so I can get Xcode and Android Studio, and um, the older Mac is it won't go past 10.6, and so it's very pretty limited with a lot of things. But um, bro, I don't know what you're trying to heckle me about or whatever, but or if you're trying to heckle me, I can hardly see this, but it almost seems like you might be trying to heckle me, bro. Um, it's okay, I guess. But the newer Mac is, even though it's from 2012, if you get one from like 2015, oh, you're in for like 2 or 3 years before it even probably quits updating. But I can't get the newest thing, the Big Sur, but I'm on Catalina, and it works well, and I can get I got Xcode, and I got uh, VirtualBox, and I got Android Studio, and everything's still able to update completely. I just can't get on that new Big Sur uh, OS, but I don't care. I think I actually can if I do some modifications, but I'm fine with that. I get set up how I want, and towards where maybe so, bro. I don't know anything about that. What I do know about is that these gang stalkers are using a lot of API calls and HTTP requests to run their live streams in the background over our accounts. Um, you know what? Post that after the video goes off, because when the video's on live, it won't show the comments once I turn it off, and I won't be able to remember that. But it's good to have a few memory cards. So I got this thing right here. Is comes with my Galaxies. It can stick into the bottom of it, and then it's got USB. So you can plug anything. This is a little card reader. I could stick a micro SD here, or I could stick a whole thumb drive in there, or whatever. Okay, and then I got this card reader that has that type of plug, and then it's got a full USB, and you can turn it any kind of direction, and you could put a mini in the side, or you could put a full size over here, and that's like, I don't know, $10 at Walmart or something. And then this thing comes with, um, some Androids come with this thing, the adapter, and then this little card reader came with a SD card that I bought. Okay, or you can just use thumb drives in general. Um, then they make this thing is I expand. They sell them at Walmart, and it's like $25 to $50, depending on what size you get. But it's made to plug directly into an Apple, and it comes with some little software on it. You may be able to use that software and put it on another thing and make it like an iExpand. I'm not sure, haven't tried it, but this definitely works. And you put it in, and it comes up with the app, and you can transfer your files off of a iPhone or an iPad, just like you would be able to like an Android or something like that. So um, those basic things, even though they're very old, okay. I got a Chromebook somewhere, but it's like it's crashed kind of. They try to crash everything, but I don't think Chromebook quite has the same capabilities. You probably can do everything with a Chromebook, but it's more difficult to find stuff. If you got Mac or if you got Windows, you can find stuff to the programs you need. All right, you can get the programs you need, and you can get the network stuff that you can get it set up the way that you need to start to learn coding and to start to work with mobile devices. Okay, because your mobile devices, your iPhones and your iPads and your Androids, they're secondary to your main stuff. You can get desktop, you can get an old desktop computer. You could really pick up a laptop for $80 at a pawn shop that'll work just fine. You could buy a brand new one at Walmart for 150. That'll work just fine. So it's not like a huge step, as far as financially to get into the game and to start learning these things. And basically, all you need is Xcode, Android Studio, a good text editor like Sublime or something that's pretty basic, and you can work with that. You can work with that, and then you go on Facebook and you developer and you get the SDKs and you start watching tutorials and reading up on websites and stuff like that, and you can follow along. I use two laptops, even though they're old. It watches YouTube videos just fine, and it can search the internet, and I can do that and stay on my coding right here and follow things really easily, and it'll get you to where you need to be. So that's the pathway, and you don't need much. It's a very basic stuff that you need. So just get your basic setup. As long as you can watch one thing and follow along on your laptop, or you could switch windows if you had to. But if you can get a second device that's big enough for you to follow along with like coding exercises on stuff like what is that, WW3 schools, or like in the Facebook developer sections or on YouTube with people doing tutorials or any of that stuff. Okay, you could follow, get on Android developer, get on Google developers, and just they tell you how to do everything. They tell you exactly how to do everything. Become a Google admin over your own stuff and learn how to do all of this stuff. And you just need some basic devices, and you can really get by with $100 secondhand laptop. And if you want to go big and get you a couple brand new ones or whatever. I don't know, but I'll probably get a new one here in the next year or two, or something newer. I'll probably get something newer because the brand new ones are so expensive, and you could get a really, really nice laptop for like $500 used. That's like better than anything you could almost find, except for from, the Apple Store custom build or something like that. That's the best way to do it. Get on something like Mercari or eBay or some secondhand thing, or go to pawn shops or whatever, or even from Apple, and buy refurbished and like secondhand things. And especially like the ones like where somebody's maxed it out, and paid $5,000 for a laptop, and then 2 years later they want to sell it for $600, and you buy it, and you got that thing, man, and there ain't nothing better than that for years to come, And I look around, even though my laptop's 2012 MacBook, and I paid $600 at a pawn shop like 6-7 years ago. It's got a dual i5 chip in it, and you can hardly find a dual i5 chip at like Walmart or anywhere else. Like, it's still, you might find some i5s and i7s, but you can find some really nice stuff used that's really still better than the stuff that's for sale at the retail level right now, for the most part. So definitely get involved with that. Get a laptop, or get a desktop, whatever. It needs to be a full computer. Okay, you need to be on a desktop or laptop computer, and then you can start working with the things to take back your accounts and learn how to get into the developer stuff and administrate your devices and keep up with everything. And it makes things a lot harder for some gang stalkers, and it makes things much easier for you. And then what you'll find is, if you keep doing this, 5 years down the road, you're going to be shifting towards a career making $150,000 instead of 30 at the retail stores or wherever you might be working or whatever. So it's a good idea either way. No matter what, it's a good idea, and it's the direction that the world is moving in, and it's definitely got to be the direction we're moving into. Whether you're tech savvy or not, you got to get on your job, get on this thing. So appreciate y'all watching, and I wanted to put that out there. So